Hi, Amin.
Hi, George. Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are ya?
Not mine.
Good, thank you.
I saw JT. I see a dark. I see a blank.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Davina.
Hello. Oh, Marilyn said, George, she really missed you.
Who, Marilyn?
Yes.
Well, we miss her too. Or
Yeah. That's what she said. Tell George I missed him.
She misses your money.
Oh, I mean.
Not
No,
nice.
she's gonna miss our the end of the month. The when we get together.
Yes, our famous what
What do you call that?
cheesecake night and whatever we else
Yes.
do.
And margarita night.
We call it our midterm. Remember, Divine?
Yes. That's what she said. She's missing that.
Yeah, we all miss that.
And
What is
then
she doing?
told
What is she? Sorry, Divine. What is she doing for the winter?
the same thing.
Is she? I
Yeah,
haven't seen it. I haven't seen an email from her.
that the same thing. And did you know Robert is gonna be a grandfather?
No.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Good for him.
Oh, Joe and
The old fart.
Robert. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I think she's due in March.
I just found that out the other day.
Davina and Amin, I don't know if you know this news or not, but Blake Gerard is in a terrible accident.
Who?
Blake Gerard,
That's
Addie's brother,
Addie's brother.
Jackie's
Jackie
youngin.
Gerard's son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should never said. How is he?
not good. He's at the Sunnybrook Hospital in an induced coma right now.
Oh my God! Just 1 second.
She's gonna tell Aisha.
They had an explosion at work.
Blake is in the-
He was doing something and it exploded and he caught the brunt
he
of
got
it.
the brunt of it.
So they
Where was
rushed
the
to
accident?
Pardon?
Where was the accident?
What's the name of the
you know
company?
that plant in Morrisburg, Evonik?
Yeah?
I mean, right there. He was
So was it
working
a
the
head-on
big,
collision?
No, it was at work. It
It
was
was-
an explosion
it was
at
in-
work.
Oh, explosion at work.
industrial explosion of some sort.
That's Megan's husband, right?
No. It would be Megan's brother-in-law. It's the younger of the boys.
Oh, okay.
He's Abby's fiance. Abby is his fiance, Abby Pops.
Oh,
Hi, Josh.
that's the one.
Yes.
Okay.
She's giving.
Oh my God, it's Abby. Yes, it's Abby. Yeah.
It was an explosion at work.
Huh?
It was an explosion at work.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're on pins and needles just waiting for news because we've been in communication with Jackie. Jackie's in Toronto right now. And we're just trying to figure out what's happening. And the good news is that the first 48 hours are critical, and he's gotten through the critical period. And because he's gotten through the critical period, the surgery because he's got 40% of his body is burned, third-degree
Oh
burns.
my God.
Like
Yeah,
it's
bad.
really bad. Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have been an emotional mess, Davina, since I don't know. I'm an emotional mess.
It's not good, guys.
That is, aren't they supposed to get married?
Yes,
Yeah.
both our kids are in their wedding party. Like it's just so.
Oh my God. 40. That's
Oh my God.
that's a bad injury because the recovery is just as horrible.
That's right.
Oh, they
So,
said.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, they said he'd be in the hospital at least 40 days, guys. 40 days.
At least, yeah, and then rehab after that.
Rehab is just as horrible because the recovery is so bad.
Yeah.
Then you got surgeries afterwards for skin grafts and everything else.
Right.
Well,
Yes.
I hope he does well because if the first 48 he's doing okay, then that's good
Yeah.
news. Every step of the way is going to be good news. So
text
Well,
her.
you know what? I'm reaching out to everyone. I know you may not know him necessarily, but if you're praying people or if you, whatever it is, we are imploring people to just kind of help us out with that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, pretty scary.
Yeah.
Where does he work?
Evonic.
Ivanica, the plant on Highway 2 near Morrisburg.
Oh,
Just near Morrisburg. Yeah.
oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my.
Yeah. I figured Aisha would have known because Aisha worked
she
with
knows them.
Patty, right?
Yes, I know, but I think Aisha, what do you call this?
Aisha
She may
knows
have
him.
worked
I
with
thi-
Blake too.
Yes, she works with her and she talks to her all the time, but
Okay.
lately she hasn't talked to her.
Yeah.
And she goes, I said to her, you should go text. And she said, no, I can't do that right now. She probably is not the right time, you know?
Yeah, well, it's really difficult right now. So, but I just thought, just thinking of them and praying would be great. That would be ideal.
Yes, yes, that will be, I will do that.
Thank you.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. Hi,
everybody?
Julie.
Good to see you. Good to see
You
you.
got the candles on again, Josh, to save electricity or what?
Sorry, what was that?
You
Candles
got the
on.
candles on again to save electricity?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Did he turn off the main breaker again, Josh?
Who's opening this tonight?
We're opening the gifts tonight, right?
Yeah, we push it up that way.
What it is
We
when
won't
I'm
be
in,
underneath.
yeah,
Yeah.
when I'm
I'll turn
in,
on the lights then.
when I'm in my savasana, the light shines directly into my eyes.
We'd have to move down.
Well,
Okay,
we're not telling you to turn the lights on, guys. No. It's okay.
just kidding, just kidding.
We can see you.
So Diane, did you hear me? Marilyn said she really missed you guys.
Aw, I thought she said she really misses George.
Well, that too.
You
Marilyn
heard-
loves George.
Marilyn loves everybody. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think she loves me as much as she loves you.
No, she loves my
George.
she loves my cheesecake. That's what she loves.
And your
That's
margaritas.
really sweet. You know what? It's just so weird, eh?
Yes. Oh.
We-
Okay.
I assume we're not gonna have any boot camp in the winter, are we?
Oh, we having one, but not in the, it's still certain people again, like 10.
10 people, same setup like they've had it since September, since they opened up.
Josh is back. There we go.
Anyway, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're opening the gifts afterwards, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think we'll
And
have
the-
to
and the
rejoin it.
social hour is after this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll chat then.
Okay.
Mark's in
What are
charge.
we doing, Mark? What are we doing now?
I don't know what you guys want to do.
Drink the alcohol. No, just kidding.
Mark looks like he's had a glass of wine already.
Oh,
He had a nap.
He looks very
Yeah.
relaxed.
Mark cheated.
All right, well, let's.
Mark looks very relaxed.
I just woke up from a nap.
Oh,
All right.
But let's start. Is there anything that's a little bit tight or anything that's sore that you guys would want to stretch or everything? I know low back, usually hips, shoulders.
shoulders.
I have puffy eyes. Just kidding. I want to see what you come up with that one.
All right.
Yeah, it kept connecting to my other headset.
Oh no.
Anyway, I've turned off my other headset. If all else fails, just turn the damn thing off and then won't connect to it. Okay.
All right. Well, let's start. Let's start in Shavasana.
What?
Or just for everybody, let's start in frog pose. Just kidding. We'll do a 55-minute frog pose tonight.
That's what I need.
But yeah, let's make our way into Shavasana. And allow your body to begin to settle into the mat. Allow your eyes to close. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it all out, let it all go. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it all out, let it all go. And with every inhale and exhale, allowing your body to begin to settle. Letting your mind begin to calm. Letting your day slow down. And taking this opportunity this evening to check in with yourself and notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body's feeling. Taking a few moments to scan from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And notice if there's anywhere where you might be holding tension. Any areas that might be a little bit sore, maybe a little bit tender. And sending your breath to those areas, letting your breath begin to dissolve any tension. Bringing relief to anything that might be sore. Soften anything that might be a little bit tender. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Taking note of any thoughts that might be rising up. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales. And your exhales. And take a few moments to set an intention for the practice. Something you wish to receive from your class this evening. On the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently moving your toes. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees into your chest. Giving them a nice gentle squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. Then open your arms up into a T and gently letting the knees fall to the right side, coming into a twist. Keeping that left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. And the option to slide a block or a cushion under your knees is always available to reduce maybe some of the sensations that you're feeling. And breathing into those areas, letting your breath soften. Any sensations that you're feeling. Letting your body find a little bit more rest in the twist. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. And then gently letting your knees fall to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or soften that knee bend. Breathing into any sensation that you might be feeling on this side. Maybe you draw a pillow or a block underneath the knees for a little bit of support. But letting your breath soften those sensations. Finding a little bit more rest in the twist. We'll take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Slowly draw those knees back up to center. Then draw the soles of your feet together and lower them down onto the mat, coming into reclined butterfly. Allowing those hips to open up and gravity to draw those knees close to the mat. Then draw that your right hand onto your stomach and your left hand onto your heart. And with the first few breaths, just notice the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. With every inhale and exhale. Letting your body find a little bit more rest in this posture. We'll move into a little breath exercise. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On the next inhale, inhale for a count of 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a count of 1. Exhale for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a count of 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a count of 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a count of 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a count of 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a count of 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a count of 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a count of 1. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, let it all go. Letting your body return back to its normal rhythm of breath. And on the next inhale, slowly draw your hands underneath your knees. Gently helping them up. Drawing those knees into your chest, giving them a nice squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circle your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. And then drawing your feet back down onto the mat. So we're going to come into reclined tree. We did this last week. So stretch out that left leg. And then take that right foot and draw it to the instep of that left leg. Or maybe you draw it up onto that left hip. And maybe you need to hold onto your foot because it doesn't rest in that crease. And if it's always a little bit too intense on that right hip, you could always draw a cushion underneath the knee for some support or a block. Allow your palms to face up. Letting your shoulders melt into the mat. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your breath soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest in this reclined tree. And notice where your mind is at. Is it present? Or is it wandering or distracted? Just letting that go. And drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales and your exhales. Letting your body settle a little bit more into this posture. We'll take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Slowly begin to release that right leg. As you gently giving them both a little bit of a shake. And notice, we'll take a few moments to just rest in Shavasana. And notice how that right hip feels, how your body feels as it begins to release. We'll take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, slowly becoming into reclined tree on the other side. So drawing that left foot maybe to the instep of that right leg, or maybe you draw it up into the crease of that right hip. And if that foot doesn't settle onto that right hip, you could always keep that right hand holding onto that left foot. But allow your palms to face up or your palm to face up. Letting your shoulders settle into the mat. And if it's a little bit too intense in that left hip, always feel free to slide a block under that left leg. Breathing into any sensation that you feel on this side. Letting your breath soften those areas. Finding a little bit more rest in this reclined tree. Keeping your breath nice and consistent. Nice deep inhales. And nice deep exhales. Got a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to release that left leg. Giving both legs a little bit of a shake. And coming into Shavasana for a few breaths. Letting that left leg settle. Notice how your body feels as it begins to relax. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Slowly draw those knees into your chest. And then open up to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open the knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then draw those knees back together at the center and let them rock a little bit of side to side. Gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side, coming into fetal position. We'll take a couple breaths here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up. And making your way to tabletop position. Stacking your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And we're going to come into a few cat-cows with some movement. So on the inhale, drop your belly, pull that chin forward. On the exhale, press into your palms, round your spine. Then send your hips down to the right and circle them all the way to the left. Inhale, drop your belly, pull that chin forward. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine. Send your hips down to the left, circle them all the way to the right. Inhale, drop that belly, pull that chin forward. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine. Send your hips down to the left, circle them all the way to the right. Inhale, drop your belly, pull that chin forward. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine. Send your hips down to the right, circle them all the way to the left. Last one, inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Send your hips down to the left, circle them all the way to the right. And then coming back to neutral spine. And from here, we're gonna walk our hands out and coming into Sphinx pose. Lower all the way down onto your stomach. Release your toes. And take those elbows underneath your shoulders. And if this is a little bit too intense, always feel free that you can walk your hands out a little bit further. But allow your eyes to close. Try to remove tension from your ankles, from your knees. And take a deep breath in here. And exhale, breathe into any sensations that you might be feeling in your spine, lower spine, mid spine, upper spine, maybe your shoulders. Letting your breath soften those areas. And take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, draw your chin to your chest. Take another inhale here. Exhale, can you draw your chin a little bit closer to your chest? Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, slowly lift that chin up. And then on the exhale, draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you draw your ear a little bit closer to your shoulder? One more breath in. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw that chin back to center. Then on the exhale, draw your left ear to your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you draw your ear a little bit closer to your shoulder? Take one more breath in. One more breath out. On the next inhale, draw that chin back to center. And then slowly lift your chin back up to neutral. And then from here, you can stay here in Sphinx pose, or maybe you move into seal pose by pressing into the palms of the hands, straightening those elbows. Trying to draw the shoulders down and away from your ears. And if you're feeling mobile in your spine, maybe you walk your hands up a little bit higher, increasing the sensations in your spine. Trying to keep the shoulders down and away from your ears. We'll take a few more breaths here. Keep breathing into any sensation that you might be feeling. Take 2 more breaths here. Take 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Slowly begin to lower down. As you draw your hands together and letting your forehead rest on the top of your hands. And take a few moments to notice how your spine feels as it begins to settle. Allow your shoulders to soften. And take 1 more breath in here. 1 more breath out. Then on the next inhale, we're going to begin to come into broken wing. So take that left hand out to about a 90-degree angle. So a nice T position that's in line with your shoulder. Begin to roll onto your left hip. And use that right hand as leverage. So the sensation we're looking for in that left shoulder is a little bit of heat, a little bit of stretch. Take a deep inhale here. And on that exhale, maybe you begin to press into that right hand, increasing sensation to that left shoulder. Keep breathing into any sensations that you're feeling. Take one more breath in here. And on the exhale, can you gently press into that right hand? Just increasing the sensations just a little bit more. We'll take one more breath in. One more breath out. Very nice. Slowly begin to lower down onto your stomach. As you open that right arm into a T and begin to roll onto that right hip, planting that left hand down onto your mat. And take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, maybe you begin to press in to that left hand, increasing the sensations into that right shoulder. Letting your breath soften any sensations that you feel. Take another inhale here. Exhale, begin to press into that left hand a little bit more, increasing the sensation into that right shoulder. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then slowly begin to lower down onto your stomach. Drawing your hands underneath your shoulders and push up to tabletop. And then from here, we're going to compound our shoulders today. So we're going to plant that right hand into the mat. On the inhale, we're going to float that left hand up. And then on the exhale, draw that left arm underneath the right, threading the needle, releasing your left shoulder onto the mat. And your left cheek. Breathe into that left shoulder. And maybe you keep your hand on the mat, or maybe you take that right hand up and you draw it to that left hip. Opening up this posture. Take a couple more breaths here. Allowing that left shoulder to settle a little bit more. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, if that right hand is on your left hip, begin to press that right hand into the mat as you begin to release out of this posture, giving that left arm a little bit of a shake or a wave. And then releasing that left hand down onto the mat. On the next inhale, float that right arm up. Then on the exhale, draw that right arm underneath the left, releasing your right shoulder onto the mat and your right cheek. Allowing that right shoulder to settle. And maybe this feels good for you this evening, or maybe you want to take it a little bit further by reaching that left hand up and drawing it to that right hip, your right hip. Keep breathing into that right shoulder, letting it settle with every exhale. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. And then if that left hand is on that right hip, begin to draw your left hand back down onto the mat and begin to press into that left hand as you release that right arm, giving it a little bit of a shake. And then our last one for the shoulders is puppy pose or melted heart. So keeping those hips on top of the knees, begin to walk your hands out. And so maybe you bend your elbows if it's a little bit too intense in the shoulders, or maybe you like the intensity in the shoulders by keeping the arms straight. Maybe your forehead rests on the mat, or maybe you draw that chin to the mat, which will open up this posture more. You'll feel a deeper sensation in the shoulders. You may feel it a little bit in the low back because of the curve of the spine. And if it ever gets a little bit too intense, always bend those elbows, which will release a little bit of the sensation in the shoulders, the upper back. We'll take a few more breaths here. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then slowly begin to walk your hands out of this posture. Take a moment here in tabletop just to take a breath in. And on the exhale, begin to walk your hands out. And we're just going to come into a rebound, so lower down onto your stomach. Draw your hands together and let that forehead rest. Your forehead rest on the top of your hands. Release your toes. And allow the shoulders to settle. Notice how they feel. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, begin to draw your hands underneath your shoulders and pushing up to tabletop. And so the one big pose today we're going to do is frog pose. So draw your mat together. So giving a little bit of cushion to your mats. Open your knees up as wide as they can. Trying to keep your heels aligned with your knees and keeping those feet flexed. And then on the next inhale, take a breath in. And on the exhale, begin to lower down onto your forearms. And if this is where it's at today, where you feel it in those hips, please stay here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, take a breath in. And on the exhale, begin to slowly push those hips back. And if you feel like you can take this a little bit deeper, you can always straighten the hands and just allow your upper body to rest on the mats or on the floor. And allow those hips to keep drawing back. Keep breathing into any sensations that you're feeling in your hips and your groin area. Letting your breath bring a little softness to those areas. Take a few more breaths here. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to draw those hips forward, staying on your forearms. Just releasing out of the posture for a couple breaths. Then take a deep inhale here. And exhale, send those hips back one more time. And notice maybe you can draw them back a little bit further. And maybe you stay on your forearms, or maybe you want to try and let that upper body rest on the mat. We'll take a few more breaths here. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Very nice. Slowly begin to draw those hips back forward. And then if you're on your stomach, begin to come onto your forearms, and then from your forearms coming to the palms of your hands. And then gently walk those knees in, nice and slow, taking your time. Releasing your mat and kicking your feet to one side or another. And making your way to Shavasana to just allow those hips to settle. Take a few moments here to notice how those hips feel. Allow your shoulders to soften. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. And if you have your block handy or your cushion, we're going to come into waterfall. So draw those knees into your chest. Shift those hips up and slide that block underneath your tailbone or your cushion. And straighten those legs up to the ceiling. You could always keep a slight bend in the knees. Allow your palms to face up. Letting those shoulders soften. Letting your body find rest. And then if your mind wanders or gets a little distracted, just drawing your attention back to your breath, back to your inhales and your exhales. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees into your chest. Shifting those hips up, sliding that blocker cushion from underneath. Draw your knees into your chest and give them a nice big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. And then release your feet back down onto the mats. We're going to pick up that right leg and cross it over the left. Coming into reclined pigeon, so draw that left knee into your chest. And either you clasp your hamstring or your shin. Trying to remove tension from that left leg. And we'll just take a few breaths here. We're just going to be passive tonight in this posture. Trying to allow the shoulders to settle into the mats. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling in that right hip. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then slowly begin to release the hands as you lower that left foot down. And shift your hips to the right side of the mats. Open your arms up into a T. And then let that right knee drop down to the left. So coming into a twist. Trying to keep your right shoulder blade pressed into the mats. You could always look over that right shoulder. You can always take that left hand to your right knee and apply a little bit of pressure with every exhale, opening up this posture. We'll take a few more breaths here, letting your body settle a little bit more into this twist. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. Releasing that right leg, squaring the hips. Pick up that left foot and cross it over your right knee. Draw that right knee into your chest. Either clasping the hamstring or the shin. Removing tension from that right foot, from your right foot. Allow your shoulders to settle. Breathing into that left hip. Letting any sensations soften with every exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Slowly begin to release your hands as you lower that right foot down. Shift your hips to the left side of the mat. Open those arms up into a T. And let that left knee drop down to the right. Keeping your left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. You can always look over that left shoulder. And maybe you draw your right hand onto that left knee to just open up the posture a little bit more. We'll take a few more breaths here. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. And on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. Releasing that left leg and squaring your hips. Drawing the knees into your chest and open up to happy baby. Open the knees nice and wide, gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. And take a deep breath in here. And exhale, open up to Shavasana, legs as wide as the mat. Palms to face up, letting your body melt into the mat. Taking this opportunity to let go. Letting your body find rest. Letting your mind find peace. A few moments to scan over your body. Notice if you're carrying any tension anywhere. Breathing into those areas. Letting your breath dissolve any tension. Letting your body relax a little bit more into this posture. Taking note of any thoughts that might be rising up. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales. And your exhales. Finding a little bit more rest. A little more peace. And on the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently move your toes. Slowly waking up your body. Drawing your attention back to the room. Then on the next inhale, slowly reach those arms up and overhead. Then grab one wrist and gently pull it to one side of the room, feeling the stretch in that side body. Release that wrist, grab the other wrist, gently pull it to the opposite side. Releasing that wrist, reach your hands to the very back of the room and your feet to the very front. Take a full body stretch on that next inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Then slowly draw those knees into your chest, giving them a nice big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. Then let your knees sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side, coming into fetal position. Letting your head cradle into your arm. Offering breaths of gratitude. Grateful for your practice this evening. Grateful that you showed up on your mat, taking time out for yourself to connect with your body and with your breath. Take a few moments to reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up to a seated position, taking your time to arrive. Keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands to heart center when you arrive. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let it all go. On the next inhale, draw a gentle smile to your face. Exhale it all out. Take a few moments to thank your body for all the hard work it did today. I thank you, and I'm humbled and blessed by your practice. Namaste. Oh, great job, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Frog pose just for everybody.
Excellent.
Love it.
So good.
I was almost
Actually good.
I was almost gonna do the whole class on the back.
We wondered. That felt pretty good too. Shoulders were great today, actually. I hadn't thought about shoulders. So
It was nice. It was great.
uh-huh. Josh, would you mind sending George the invitation for the social?
Sure. It was sent to him on.
Oh, it's a separate invitation?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was on the 9th. Here, let me just take a look here.
yeah, he can't find it in his,
On this laptop.
Resend
The
it.
link.
Don't ask me why, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can just resend it. That's no problem.
So we have to resend it if we open up another one.
When was it sent, Josh? Sorry, I didn't even know it was resent.
Well, it's the original, like it's a recurring appointment. It's the same as
yeah.
yoga.
I have
Yoga is
it on-
recurring every Sunday, and then so I sent out on September 9th at 9:26 a.m. is when I sent out the recurring invite for the social.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you guys don't have it, it takes me like 2 seconds to just resend it.
Well,
Yeah,
I,
if you can resend it, that'd be great. So I don't have to
It'd
scroll
be
through my
wonderful.
emails.
Yeah, I'll
I
do that
have-
right now.
I have it on my phone, Josh, but for some reason, George couldn't find it on the laptop.
No problem. Okay, I'm just going to go through the email addresses one more time. So I've got gkuipers@kojiko.ca,
Right.
Right on.
Julia Kuipers at outlook.com,
Julia's still getting them. Okay.
and Diane Kuipers at iCloud.com.
That's correct.
Did you want me to take Julia off?
Yeah, you don't have to send it to her, Josh.
Okay. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to delete George, I'm going to delete Julia, and I'm going to re-add George. So GUI,
No, just gkuipers@kojiko.ca.
yeah, sorry, my mistake. So G, K,
UI.
PRS.
Yep.
So, .ca. So G, K,
You back?
UIPERS at Cogeco.ca.
Right on, Josh.
Okay, and Amin, did you want the same thing?
Oh, Amin. I think he does, Josh.
Okay, so MEENI12@gmail.com. M,
Go again there, Josh.
yeah, so what address did you want me to resend yours to?
MEENIE12@gmail.com.
Okay, I'm also sending it to dsalazar@cogeco.ca,
Sure.
Stewart and Jill Stewart. Okay, there we go. All right, folks, so just Jill has already started the social, so we'll all exit this one and go join her there.
Okay.
So we hang up and join from there?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
All right. See you guys in a couple minutes.
See you soon.
Okay, so you have that, George, and I'll go get, do you want a beer or do you want wine?